It's 3 a.m., and you're jolted awake by a muscle cramp so intense it feels like someone's squeezing your calf muscle in a vice grip. You're gasping, reaching down to massage the knot, wondering if this nightmare will ever end. Sound familiar? If you're over 50, you're definitely not alone. Studies show that up to 60% of adults over 50 experience regular muscle cramps. And here's the shocking part. For many, they're getting worse with age, happening up to 4 to 5 times per week. Hi, I'm Dr. Laura, and at 60 years old, I've experienced my fair share of these midnight wake-up calls. But here's what changed everything for me, and what I'm about to share with you. The right foods can dramatically reduce, and sometimes completely eliminate, these painful interruptions to your sleep and daily activities. You see, most people think muscle cramps are just an inevitable part of aging. They're absolutely wrong. While it's true that our bodies change as we get older, making us more susceptible to cramping, there's a powerful solution hiding right in your kitchen. Today, I'm going to reveal the top 8 potassium-rich foods that can naturally prevent muscle cramps, backed by the latest scientific research from 2024. Over the next 22 minutes, we'll explore why your body needs more potassium after 50, how these specific foods work at the cellular level to prevent cramps, and most importantly, I'll give you a practical 7-day action plan you can start implementing tonight. By the end of this video, you'll have everything you need to reclaim your sleep and move through your day cramp-free. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. This simple action helps us reach more people who desperately need this information. I post new health and wellness content specifically for those over 50 every Tuesday. And trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Now, let's talk about why muscle cramps seem to target us more as we age, and what we can do about it. Here's what's really happening inside your body when a muscle cramp strikes, and why it's not your fault. Your muscles need a precise balance of electrolytes, particularly potassium, magnesium, calcium, and sodium, to contract and relax properly. Think of these minerals as the electrical system of your muscles. When this system gets disrupted, your muscles can get stuck in a contracted position, causing that excruciating pain we know as a cramp. Now, why does this become more common after 50? Several factors work against us, and understanding them is crucial. First, our kidneys become 30–40% less efficient at regulating electrolyte balance compared to when we were in our 30s. Second, many medications commonly prescribed to people over 50 can be potassium thieves. Diuretics for blood pressure can cause us to lose up to 400 milliliters of potassium daily. Certain diabetes medications affect mineral absorption, and even common antacids can interfere with electrolyte balance. Third, as we age, we often eat less overall, and our digestive system absorbs nutrients 25 to 30% less efficiently than it once did. But here's the encouraging news that should give you hope. Research published in the Journal of Clinical Medicine shows that increasing dietary potassium intake can reduce muscle cramp frequency by up to 70% in adults over 50. The key is knowing which foods provide the most bioavailable potassium and how to incorporate them strategically into your daily routine. Potassium works by helping your muscle cells maintain proper electrical charge. When potassium levels drop below optimal, your muscles can't receive clear signals about when to contract and when to relax. This communication breakdown is what leads to those sudden, painful spasms that can bring you to your knees. The good news? Unlike supplements, which can sometimes cause digestive upset or dangerous interactions with heart medications, getting your potassium from whole foods is safe, effective, and comes with additional nutrients that support overall muscle health. Let's dive into our first powerhouse food that can transform your muscle health starting today. Food No. 1: sweet potatoes. If I could only recommend one food for preventing muscle cramps, it would be sweet potatoes. These orange gems are absolutely loaded with potassium. One medium sweet potato contains over 540 milligrams, which is about 15% of your daily needs. But that's just the beginning of why they're so powerful. Sweet potatoes also provide 54 milligrams of magnesium and 76 milligrams of calcium, creating a triple threat against muscle cramps. What makes them even more special is their high water content, about 80% water, which helps with hydration. Sleep. Another crucial factor in preventing cramps that many people overlook. Here's what the research shows. A study in the European Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that people who consumed potassium-rich root vegetables, like sweet potatoes, had 40% fewer nighttime leg cramps compared to those who didn't include them regularly in their diet. But here's the key. How you prepare sweet potatoes matters tremendously. Baking them with the skin on preserves the most potassium because the skin actually contains a significant portion of the minerals. Never peel them. I recommend baking 3-4 sweet potatoes at the start of each week. You can eat them as a side dish, add them to salads, or even have them for breakfast with a sprinkle of cinnamon. Here's my secret weapon, what I call the evening sweet potato protocol. About 2 hours before bedtime, I'll have half a medium-baked sweet potato. The natural sugars help promote better sleep, while the potassium works overnight to prevent those 3 a.m. wake-up calls. One important note: if you're on blood pressure medication or have kidney issues, check with your doctor before significantly increasing your potassium intake. But for most people over 50, sweet potatoes are not just safe, they're incredibly beneficial for overall health. Now, let's move to our second cramp-fighting superstar that might surprise you with its incredible potassium content. Food number 2, avocados. Avocados deserve their reputation as a superfood, especially when it comes to muscle health. One whole avocado contains nearly 1,000 milligrams of potassium. That's more than 2 large bananas and almost 30% of your daily needs. But avocados bring something extra to the table that makes them particularly powerful for people over 50. The healthy monounsaturated fats in avocados help your body absorb other nutrients more effectively. This means that when you eat an avocado with other potassium-rich foods, you're actually boosting the absorption of all those muscle-supporting minerals. Recent research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that the monounsaturated fats in avocados can improve the bioavailability of potassium by up to 30%. This is crucial because as we age, our digestive system doesn't absorb nutrients as efficiently as it once did. Here's my practical recommendation. Try the avocado half strategy. Every morning, have half an avocado with your breakfast. You can mash it on whole grain toast, add it to scrambled eggs, or simply eat it with a sprinkle of sea salt and black pepper. The morning potassium boost helps set your muscles up for success throughout the day. For those concerned about the calories in avocados, yes, they're higher in calories than some fruits at about 160 calories per half. But remember, these are nutrient-dense calories that serve a specific purpose in preventing painful cramps. If weight management is a concern, you can reduce portion sizes of other fats in your diet to make room for this muscle-protecting powerhouse. One viewer, Margaret from Denver, shared that after adding half an avocado to her daily routine for just 2 weeks, her nighttime leg cramps reduced from 4 or 5 times per week to maybe once. That's the kind of real-world impact we're talking about. Let's look at our third food, which might surprise you. It's actually the highest potassium source on our entire list. Food number 3, white beans. White beans are the hidden champions of potassium content, and most people have no idea. 1 cup of cooked white beans delivers an impressive 1,190 milligrams of potassium. That's about 25% of your daily needs in a single serving, and more potassium than almost any other food. But the benefits don't stop there. White beans also provide 134 milligrams of magnesium, which works synergistically with potassium to prevent muscle cramps. Magnesium helps potassium cross cell membranes more effectively, making this combination particularly powerful for muscle function. Think of magnesium as the key that unlocks the door for potassium to do its work. What I love about white beans is their incredible versatility and affordability. You can add them to soups, salads, mash them as a side dish, or even blend them into smoothies. They're also incredibly budget-friendly, making them accessible to everyone. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that people who consumed legumes like white beans 3 times per week had significantly better muscle function and fewer cramps compared to those who rarely ate them. Here's my bean boost strategy. Every Sunday, I prepare a large batch of white bean salad with olive oil, lemon juice, fresh herbs, and diced vegetables. I portion it into containers and have a half-cup serving with lunch throughout the week. This provides a steady stream of muscle-supporting nutrients without any hassle during busy weekdays. For those who experience digestive discomfort from beans, here's the key. Start slowly. Begin with a quarter-cup serving every other day and gradually increase over 2 weeks. Rinsing canned beans thoroughly can also reduce any digestive issues by removing excess sodium and oligosaccharides that can cause gas. If you're cooking dried beans from scratch, adding a piece of kombu seaweed during cooking can make them significantly more digestible. The fiber in white beans is an added bonus for people over 50, supporting digestive health and helping maintain stable blood sugar levels, both important for overall muscle function and energy levels throughout the day. Now, let's discuss a protein powerhouse that fights cramps from multiple angles and provides benefits you won't get from plant foods alone. Food number 4. Salmon. Salmon brings a unique combination of nutrients that make it exceptionally effective for preventing muscle cramps. A 3.5-ounce serving provides about 380 milligrams of potassium, but that's just part of the story. Salmon also delivers high-quality complete protein, omega-3 fatty acids, and vitamin D, all crucial for muscle health as we age. The omega-3 fatty acids in salmon, particularly EPA and DHA, help reduce inflammation in muscle tissue, which can contribute to cramping. Research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition shows that people with higher omega-3 levels experience 35% fewer muscle cramps than those with lower levels. These healthy fats also improve blood flow to muscles, ensuring they receive adequate oxygen and nutrients. Vitamin D, which many people over 50 are deficient in, plays a crucial role in muscle function. Low vitamin D levels can increase muscle pain and cramping by up to 50%. Salmon is one of the best food sources of this vital nutrient, providing about 360 to 700 IU per serving, depending on the type. Here's what makes salmon particularly valuable for cramp prevention. The complete protein helps maintain muscle mass, which naturally declines by 3 to 8% per decade after age 50. Stronger, better-maintained muscles are significantly less prone to cramping. The anti-inflammatory properties of omega-3s help muscles recover more quickly from daily activities, reducing the likelihood of stress-induced cramps. My recommendation is to include salmon in your diet twice per week, using what I call the Salmon Tuesday and Friday rule. Wild-caught Alaskan salmon is ideal for the highest omega-3 content, but canned salmon is also nutritious and budget-friendly. The key is consistency rather than perfection. For those who don't enjoy fish, sardines and mackerel provide similar benefits. Even just 1 serving per week can make a measurable difference in your muscle health and cramp frequency. Food number 5. Spinach. Spinach is often called a superfood, and when it comes to preventing muscle cramps, it truly lives up to that reputation. 1 cup of cooked spinach provides 840 milligrams of potassium, plus significant amounts of magnesium, 157 milligrams, and calcium, 245 milligrams. But spinach offers something extra that makes it particularly valuable for people over 50: natural nitrates. These natural compounds help improve blood flow to muscles by relaxing blood vessels, ensuring they receive adequate oxygen and nutrients. Poor circulation can contribute to muscle cramping, especially in the legs during nighttime hours. A study in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that people who consumed nitrate-rich vegetables like spinach had improved muscle function and 45% fewer exercise-related cramps. The key with spinach is eating it cooked rather than raw when you're specifically targeting cramp prevention. Cooking breaks down the cell walls, making the potassium and other minerals more bioavailable. It also concentrates the nutrients. 1 cup of cooked spinach contains the nutrients of about 7 cups of raw spinach. Here's my green power strategy. Every week, I sauté a large bag of fresh spinach with garlic and olive oil, then portion it into containers. I add a serving to scrambled eggs, pasta dishes, soups, or eat it as a side dish. This ensures I'm getting consistent muscle-supporting nutrition without having to think about it daily. For those taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin, check with your doctor about spinach consumption, as it's high in vitamin K, which can affect medication effectiveness. But for most people, spinach is not just safe, it's incredibly beneficial for overall health and muscle function. The iron in spinach is another bonus, especially for women over 50 who may be at risk for iron deficiency, which can contribute to muscle weakness and cramping. Food number 6, bananas. You probably expected bananas to be on this list, and there's good reason they have a reputation for preventing cramps, though the reality is more nuanced than most people think. A large banana contains about 420 milligrams of potassium, plus smaller amounts of magnesium, 32 mg, and calcium, 6 mg. While they are not the highest source on our list, bananas have some unique advantages that make them valuable. They're portable, affordable, and provide quick energy from natural sugars. This makes them perfect for preventing exercise-related cramps. The natural sugars, glucose, fructose, and sucrose, help shuttle potassium into muscle cells more effectively, especially after physical activity when your muscles are primed to absorb nutrients. Here's what many people don't know: the ripeness of your banana matters significantly. Slightly green bananas have more resistant starch, which feeds beneficial gut bacteria that help with mineral absorption. Fully ripe bananas with brown spots have more easily digestible sugars for quick energy and faster potassium delivery. However, here's an important point for those managing blood sugar. Eat bananas with a source of protein or healthy fat to slow sugar absorption and prevent blood sugar spikes. A banana with almond butter makes an excellent pre-workout snack for active adults over 50, providing sustained energy plus muscle-protecting minerals. My recommendation is to view bananas as a convenient option rather than your primary potassium source. They're perfect for travel, post-workout recovery, or when you need a quick energy boost with muscle-supporting nutrients. I keep bananas at various stages of ripeness, so I can choose the right one for my needs. One mistake to avoid: don't rely solely on bananas for cramp prevention. While they're helpful, the other foods on our list provide much higher potassium content and additional synergistic nutrients. Food number 7, coconut water. Coconut water is nature's sports drink, providing about 400 milligrams of potassium per cup, along with other electrolytes like sodium, 35 mg, and magnesium, 14 mg. What makes coconut water special is its rapid absorption and its ability to quickly restore electrolyte balance without the artificial ingredients found in commercial sports drinks. Research published in the International Journal of Sport Nutrition found that coconut water was as effective as commercial sports drinks for preventing exercise-induced muscle cramps, but without the added sugars, artificial colors, and preservatives that can actually interfere with nutrient absorption in people over 50. The natural electrolyte profile of coconut water closely mimics what we lose through sweat, making it particularly effective for active adults. It's also naturally isotonic, meaning it has a similar concentration of particles as your blood, allowing for faster absorption than plain water. I recommend coconut water specifically for active adults over 50, especially during hot weather, after exercise, or when you've been sweating. Look for brands with no added sugars. Pure coconut water is naturally sweet and refreshing. Some of my favorites include Harmless Harvest, Vita Coco, and Zico, but I always check the label for 100% pure coconut water. Here's a pro tip: if you find plain coconut water too sweet, dilute it half and half with regular water. You'll still get the electrolyte benefits, but with less sugar and fewer calories. One timing strategy that works well: drink 8 ounces of coconut water about 30 minutes before any physical activity. This preloads your muscles with easily absorbed electrolytes and can prevent cramps before they start. Food number 8, tomato juice. Our final food might surprise you. Tomato juice. 1 cup provides about 400 milligrams of potassium, plus lycopene, an antioxidant that supports muscle recovery and reduces inflammation. Low-sodium tomato juice is particularly beneficial for people managing blood pressure while still getting significant potassium benefits. The liquid form means rapid absorption, making tomato juice effective for quick electrolyte replenishment. Unlike many fruit juices that are high in sugar, tomato juice provides steady energy without causing blood sugar spikes that can interfere with muscle function. Lycopene, the compound that gives tomatoes their red color, has been shown to reduce exercise-induced muscle damage and speed recovery. This makes tomato juice particularly valuable for active adults over 50 who want to maintain their fitness routine while preventing cramps. I recommend having a small glass, 6 ounces, with lunch or as an afternoon snack. The umami flavor makes it satisfying and helps curb cravings for less healthy snacks. Choose low-sodium varieties to maximize the potassium-to-sodium ratio. One creative way to use tomato juice: blend it with cucumber, celery, and herbs to make a refreshing, electrolyte-rich gazpacho that's perfect for hot days when you're at higher risk for dehydration and cramping. If you're finding this information helpful, do me a huge favor and hit that like button right now. It really helps us reach more people who desperately need this information. And I'm curious, which of these 8 foods surprised you the most? Drop a comment below and let me know. I read every single comment and often feature viewer questions in future videos. We've covered our 8 powerhouse foods, but now comes the crucial part: putting this knowledge into action. Let me give you a step-by-step plan that makes implementation simple and sustainable. Now that you know these 8 potassium powerhouses, let me give you a practical, foolproof 7-day action plan to start preventing muscle cramps naturally, plus the 3 most common mistakes that can sabotage your success. Week 1, the foundation phase. Days 1-2. Add 1 medium-baked sweet potato to dinner. Keep the skin on. Days 3-4. Include half an avocado with breakfast daily. Days 5-7. Add half a cup of white beans to 1 meal. Week 2, the expansion phase. Continue all week 1 foods. Add salmon twice this week. Aim for Tuesday and Friday. Include 1 cup of cooked spinach with 3 meals. Week 3, the complete protocol. Maintain all previous additions. Add banana or 8 oyuyuzi coconut water. Post-exercise or mid-afternoon. Include 6 ounces tomato juice 3 times per week. 3. Critical mistakes to avoid. First mistake: trying to add all foods at once. This overwhelms your digestive system and often leads to giving up. Gradual implementation is key for long-term success. Second mistake: focusing only on potassium and ignoring hydration. Aim for 8 glasses of water daily. Dehydration amplifies the risk of cramping even with adequate potassium. Third mistake: inconsistency. It's better to have sweet potatoes 3 times per week consistently than to have them daily for 1 week, then forget about them. Consistency trumps perfection every time. What to expect? Timeline: Days 1-5. Your body begins adjusting to higher potassium intake. Days 6-14. You should notice fewer and less severe cramps. Days 15-30. Significant improvement in sleep quality and daily comfort. After 30 days, most people experience a 60-70% reduction in cramp frequency. Remember, everyone's body is different. Some people see results in just a few days, while others need 2 to 3 weeks. Be patient with the process. Important reminders: if you're on medications, especially for blood pressure, heart conditions, or kidney issues, consult your doctor before making major dietary changes. Start slowly with portion sizes and listen to your body. Gentle stretching before bed can complement these dietary changes beautifully. Keep a simple journal of your cramp frequency to track your progress. I want to hear from you. In the comments below, tell me which of these 8 foods you're most excited to try and commit to trying the Week 1 protocol. Better yet, come back in 2 weeks and share your results. Your success story might help someone else reclaim their sleep and comfort. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps us reach more people who need this information. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell for weekly health tips specifically designed for those over 50. Coming up next week, I'll be sharing the surprising connection between vitamin D and muscle cramps, plus 5 simple stretches that can stop a cramp in its tracks in under 60 seconds. You absolutely won't want to miss it. Until then, sleep well, move comfortably, and remember, you have more control over your muscle health than you think. Medical disclaimer. Important. This content is for educational purposes only and should not replace professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Always consult with qualified healthcare providers before making significant changes to your diet, exercise routine, or medication regimen, especially if you have pre-existing medical conditions, take medications, or have concerns about your health. Individual results may vary, and what works for one person may not work for another. The information presented is based on current research and general principles of healthy living for adults over 50.